You ready? I'm ready. Fed my chalky milk.
Have snacks. I'm ready.
Ready, May?
Ready for what?
Ready, Schmeck?
No.
Tonight, we kill Arthur. Maybe.
I knew it. I was expecting the maybe.
Last time on the Phantoms of Talva.
I made a rubber ball and I'm bouncing it on the wall, catching it. Straight prison activities. Getting on your nerves? Seems great for me. Don't mind if I continue.
If you're trying to annoy your way out of prison, it is not going to work.
Did I see the flying creature?
Jeff, am I seeing stuff?
I point directly at the flying creature.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Lizard man talk a whole bunch. Wouldn't shut up.
I shake my head very slowly.
Is there any song that you want me to play? I know many.
How about Snowberries in the Winter? Do you know that one?
That one, I do not.
Would you know if they are truly connected to the real reunite?
It's possible.
I need something more than a possibility. I need to know.
She shakes her head. She's like, can't trust people readily. You need to tell me more about you if you want me to tell you about me.
So anyways, Hanna died. It's very sad.
I knew it.
Yeah, she was swallowed by a tree. All that was left behind was a bucket of water.
No! How dare you?
Yeah. It's that. No.
We are starting. It is starting now.
Alright, let me get my music then.
This is the start of the end of Arthur.
Try me!
You guys have been on the road for something close to
A year.
a month now. You left Garage, crossed over the river Kovik just as you came out of the Hollover Wood. You met up with a merchant caravan, which happened to be coming out of a small siege by bandits. And now you turned westward towards New Flora. Hanna, you met an old friend, someone you never thought you'd see again in your entire life, who's given you some clues as to your brother. And now you've been on the road for yet another week following the river, and for the last few days and nights, you all have marched and slept to the sound of a constant barrage of fire, which, as you approach the city, you realize, quite literally, you are at war. The city of New Flora sits on the river. One half is on the northeast corner of a bend, while the other half sits nestled between the mountains and the southwest half. And you could see some large crafts of some kind floating in the distance over the mountains. Just outside of the city, there's a large military encampment where you could see these huge, just massive cannon-like structures that are just constantly releasing fire into the air, almost like a warning to the airships across the water. And as you get closer, the military caravan turns off the road, heading into the encampment that kind of sits outside the city, whereas the merchant caravan continues down the road, heading into the city. And so I'm going to start by asking what each of you are doing as we approach, starting with Chaff.
I am in the covered wagon, probably peeking out at this point.
Which covered wagon is it that you're in? The one with the other mercenaries?
Yeah, the one I was originally in.
And Yana's just watching you do this, kind of astonished that you could scarf down that much, but doesn't want to bother you, seeing as she knows the next few days may not be promised to you. Hanna, what are you doing?
Are we still moving or are we stopped?
These wagons and carts are all in motion, like nobody's come to a halt. The military procession is turning into the camp that sits outside the city, and the merchant caravan is heading inside to the city.
She's probably going to, at some point before they get into the city, she probably would have tried to maybe get opportunity to talk to Arthur before they go into the city.
So you approach Arthur's armored cart.
She's going to knock on the box. Hey, old man.
Old man's eating pork chops. What's up?
Two little piggies.
She's gonna knock louder. Old man, are you alive?
Give him a minute, he's eating.
How early is it?
You guys arrived during the day.
Oh,
Probably late morning.
late morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's still morning.
So like 10 or 11 in the morning.
Okay. That still works. So you just hear from the box, just, go away. I'm sleeping.
She's gonna knock louder. Wake up, I gotta talk to you.
Just leave a note at the foot of the door and stop bothering me.
No, dude, I need to talk to you.
I'm just getting up like how I would out of my armchair. Then I realize, oh yeah, I'm not in the armchair. Been forgetting this multiple times a morning. Oh yeah, that's right. What do you want?
I need to talk to you.
Yes, you are currently doing so. If you want to speak to face, you must convince the one that holds the key to the door.
What's his name again?
Random guard number 7. I never asked his name. How would I know? I've done nothing but annoy him this whole trip. I doubt he would give me his name now.
Think I could convince him.
If you can convince him, you might have the unique ability of convincing the gods to do your bidding.
Just leave it to me. I'll see what I can do. So she's gonna go find the guy who has the key. I forgot his name.
He doesn't have a name.
He who is without name.
I'm like 90% sure he didn't have a name, so I never asked it.
It really all depends here what Hanna means by she's finding the guy who has the key. Is she finding the carriage driver? Is she finding Commander Locke?
Commander Locke, isn't he the one with the key?
He is the one in command.
I am looking for him.
His first name is Commander. His parents were very ambitious.
Fake it till you make it.
If you're gonna go looking for Commander Locke, I'm gonna need you to roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So it's like 4.
There are so many soldiers and uniforms and tents, and this isn't like some rando raiding party where it's clear to see where the big honcho is. Everything, down to the way that the tents are set up, is just uniform. there is nothing that distinguishes any particular part of the camp from any other, aside from maybe the mess hall and the medical tent.
Can't I just ask somebody?
That was included in your investigation check.
That's dumb. Well, I go back to Arthur, and I look at the carriage driver. I'm like, "Do you have the key?"
The key to what? The city?
The key to my heart.
She died.
No.
Thunder.
She wasn't expecting me to answer that quickly. She already opened up like 20 tabs of
No.
fan fictions.
You're fine.
20 tabs. It's the same fanfiction. She just opens a different tab for every page.
Say it one more time.
He said, what key? The key to the city?
She laughs and she goes, "No, for the cage."
No. No. You cannot have that key. I like him in there. You know why? Because as long as he's in there, I can walk away and not think about him.
Hearing that, I'm going to Merlin a harmonica, start playing it for the first time.
Can you roll me a performance check to see how well you play this harmonica?
Alright.
Let's see how annoying you are while you play this thing.
Is the worse the roll, the more annoying?
Oh, yeah.
What if he's intentionally trying to be annoying?
Yeah, if you're intentionally trying to be annoying, it's the better you roll, it's more annoying. If you're actually trying to play well, then the worse you roll, the worse it is.
16.
Were you trying to purposely be annoying? Or were you just trying to play?
Just trying to play.
Oh, okay. It sounds pretty good for a man who has no lips on a harmonica.
Exactly. Just slow head turn. How is he doing that?
But the guard just like rolls his eyes. No. I can't take any more of this. Look here. You watch him then. And he gets up and he walks away from the wagon, leaving it in the middle of the camp.
Screaming out from the box. I win again!
She shakes her head. She's like, "Have you been driving this poor guy crazy?"
To the brink, yes, but as you can see, he's able to leave the radius of insanity.
Well, anyways. Well, since we're alone, I guess I could talk to you anyways. And she's gonna get kind of hushed. I'm debating on whether I should go into the city. Are they gonna make you go into the city, Arthur?
I don't know. But why do you need to enter the city? Leave something behind in the other city?
Kind of shifts nervously, and she's like, "No, I just don't know if I should be in the heat of the battle. I mean, are they gonna throw you into the heat of the battle? Like, why did they drag you out here?"
If they throw me into the heat of the battle, they'll be wasting a great resource. Now I suspect I'll be near the back, as I once was.
Okay, then I'll just stay near you then.
Why are you afraid of the front line? I thought you nomads had seen everything.
Well, we've seen a lot, but I can honestly say they didn't actively partake in war. They walked around it when they could.
Oh, it's simple. You hold the rifle, pull the trigger, and something happens. Do that enough times and they give you a medal. Easy enough.
She chuckles. "I'm not interested in a medal. I'm here because of you. I hope you realize that. In part."
In part.
Yes. Are you upset to find out that you're not the entire reason I do things?
I had assumed I was not the entire reason. At this point, I assumed you would have left for a different magic teacher.
You say that like it would be so easy to find another teacher.
Well, yes, but what sort of student is crazy enough to follow their teacher into a war?
I made a promise. I made a promise that I would watch you. Make sure you don't get hurt.
Oh, to who, pray tell? This sounds interesting. Was it dear old Mayor? Was it that little gnome with jagged teeth? The little he has.
The mayor cares for you a lot.
Yes, as you can tell from where I am well liked in that town.
Excuse me, Fraulein.
The gnome's back! Hurry, give him his dentures!
Behind you stands a thin, blonde-haired elf who
Elves!
seems very proper and uptight.
Yes.
I hate. No, can't get this accent right. Give me a second while I adjust.
Is it French? I can't get French. Again, it always devolves into Spanish for some reason.
I have come to take the visit.
Take him where?
To the holding tent, of course. Now, I am to understand you are his apprentice?
She nods. Yes.
I see. Very well. You are welcome to come with me.
She follows.
He comes around towards the back of the wagon. There are several others with him who he just slightly gestures, and they seem to do exactly what he wants. And they open the back of the wagon, and he stands there with his arms behind his back, staring in at you, Arthur.
When I heard the door being messed with to be opened, I put my hands together and Merlin handcuffs on myself.
There will be no need for that.
Before the elf saw,
He knew that you weren't handcuffed.
"Hello, punk!"
No need for that, most esteemed visit.
Just frowning, taking my hands apart, letting the illusion disappear. You ruined a perfectly good joke, I'll have you know.
Yes, as I understand it, you prefer to be quite the jokester. But this is a very serious matter. You are here to help us develop countermeasures.
How strange. I would have 2 gold pieces for every time I've heard that sentence.
I assure you, wizard, Commander Locke may be disagreeable, but I will not treat you as such. Now please, if you would kindly follow me. And you notice at this point, Arthur, that this individual is decorated. His outfit is got pins and ropes and things that indicate a much higher rank than the other soldiers around him.
I'll take a mental note as I follow along.
Medals?
Even medals, yes. As I understand it, you also fought in the war?
Oh, well, yes. Quite a long while ago.
Tis a shame we did not meet sooner then. Perhaps I might have left a better impression upon you than the commander.
Yes, may have a better impression. Definitely a bigger one.
You flatter me. I am but a humble commander myself.
Just dusting myself off. That was not flattery. It was a joke to make fun of the commander's height.
I'm sure he would greatly appreciate the humor. And how about your apprentice? She did not fight in the war, I assume? She appears too young.
Yeah, I was very young when the war happened.
He eyes you over a bit, Hannah. Your eyes is a very peculiar color.
My eyes. I guess. I mean, I wouldn't really know.
Where are you from, if you do not mind me asking?
I came from a nomadic tribe.
Ah, from one of the outer provinces, I trust not Groznik.
Oh, no, yeah, it was the outer provinces.
Which tribe?
He's gonna look at him and be like, well, actually, my tribe didn't have a name, but they were a nomadic tribe of Leonin. So there wasn't a specific name for them.
Ah, yes, I have heard of these nomadic peoples. Yes, but I've never quite met anyone who's from them. If they are Leonin, then are you... And he's like, kind of looking about you. Are you half Leonin? I do not see tail, nor fur.
He laughs. Maybe not on the exterior, but I very much guarantee you on the interior, I can keep up with a couple full-grown Leonin.
A little child walks up to you. Do the Leonin roar.
So this whole conversation is happening as you are all walking through the camp following this commander. And you begin to walk out past the camp, past the artillery, and there's this airship. Small, almost the equivalent of a dinghy that's tied down to the ground like a wild animal. And just beyond that is a tent that has been separated from the rest of the camp, which he is leading you to.
Look! Flying for the unwinged races.
Oh, yes, that ship. It was captured. Not but a few nights ago. Somehow it maneuvered past our batteries and made it into our airspace.
You have the people who were driving it?
The person, yes. He will be your roommate, you could say.
Is it simple to control?
We have not tried, but this vessel was made for one purpose, speed. It is obvious he is not of military caliber, but whether or not he is spy, we have yet to determine.
Just ignoring the last statement, just staring at the airship. It is so simple in design, yet so complex. I would like to take it apart and see how it works. Saying that just in general and not to him.
I'm sure it would be interesting to know, but that is not the assignment we have for you, Herr Visit.
So my assignment is what exactly? Do you need me to upgrade these pitiful cannons that allow the ship to get through?
Not exactly. To be clear, you will be perfecting Commander Locke's variation of the enemy soldiers. They function, but are not as effective as the Groznik troops, I think.
Well, Hanna, looks like you'll get to see my creativity unleashed.
I don't know if that interests me or horrifies me. I think it's a little of both.
It should horrify you, Fraulein, as the things he will be creating are for destruction and not for restoration of the city. A pity, really. I would have preferred to handle this by more peaceful means.
Peaceful. Did you know, Hanna, the first time I tried to make something peaceful, it actually ended up as the very first design of a cannon. Not cannon in general, obviously, but the very first design of a cannon of its kind. It was very funny. Remind me to tell you later.
The commander enters into the tent, holding open the flap for you all to follow.
What do I see inside?
Inside.
Within this space, there's a section off to the right that has these large cages with some bedding inside. One of them holds a person, another is empty, and then the third, which is the largest, has quite a few people in them that are clearly dressed in some sort of uniform. And then the rest of the tent seems to be filled with crates and workstations, and what you can very clearly see are these metal men.
So I'll just look at the cage and just... that better not be mine. I shan't be expected to sleep in a cage after arriving all this way in one, especially with those groups here. Pointing at the other two cages, turning towards the commander. I have nowhere to run to, so I request my own tent and a bed.
You are a guest here, Herr Visit. Of course, I will oblige. But should you for whatever reason give me reason to not trust you, the middle cage is yours. Rent-free. Do not give me a reason not to trust you, Visit. And do not treat my soldiers as you did the ones in garage. And yes, I heard of what you did there.
Story spreads already. Let's see what horrifying tales they tell of me now. Well, you will have no reason to distrust me. The only thing that might come up is lies from the carriage driver. I've done nothing but annoy him during the whole trip, and he will most definitely love to see me in that middle cage. Do not trust him? Besides that, I believe we are fine.
And he nods to some of the other soldiers that are in the tent, and two of them scurry off. I will have your tent set up beside this one, so that way you are close to your workstation.
Just what I was going to suggest. Now, just slapping my hands together and just rubbing them.
He's ignoring Arthur at the point. Fraulein.
Oh, I was going to ask her.
He put a hand up to you, like, shut up.
She kind of looks like she was just kind of looking off, and then she looks at him like, "Oh, yes."
Presume you would want your own tent as well?
I think it's better if I stay with Arthur, if that's all right.
He puts his hand down and looks back at Arthur.
I'm frowning. Displeased face. Just.
So she stays with you, Mr. Wizard.
And here I thought I would have a tent to myself.
Perhaps one day you will, but that day is not today. Now, I have other matters to attend to. You are welcome to wonder about this tent until yours is prepared, and you are only allowed between here, there, and the mess hall. Anytime you are outside of a tent, you will be accompanied by Private Kochek here. Is that understood? He's looking specifically at Arthur, not at Hannah.
Oh, okay. He's just there looking at Arthur.
Yes, I had assumed somebody will be watching over me. Tell me, do I get a little bell to ring to summon him to bring me stuff?
You are responsible for gathering your own things. You will simply be supervised.
Worth a shot.
And as for you, Fräulein, you are free to move about the camp as you wish. As I understand it, you have quite a few friends amongst our number, and I have no reason to believe that you will cause anyone any harm.
She kind of has her arms crossed. She's uncomfortable in the room. And she kind of nods to him like, thanks.
He about faces and leaves.
She's going to take a good look at the people in the cages, before she leaves the room.
As you approach these cages, the one that's filled with quite a few people appear to be just your run-of-the-mill civilians. They appear to have some kind of uniformity amongst their outfits, but there's nothing that reason to believe that they are as fully organized and mobilized as the Talva military. And the individual who is in their own cage is a tall, dark-haired person whose face is mostly obscured by the collar of this brilliant red cloak that they wear, which is sort of patched in places and has belts in other places and straps, and it's very unusual and nothing like anything you've really seen in Talva. And his hair is a bit of a mess atop his head, but he has these bewitching violet eyes that peer up over the collar at you as you approach the cage.
This one is the one with the singular dude?
Mm-hmm.
She looks at him and she looks at the other cage. She's like, what, do you not play nice or something?
He just stays watching you quietly.
She kind of chuckles. Hopefully they don't do anything, hurt any of you. And walks towards Arthur, and she's like, and she kind of motions to the door, and she's like, so who was the guy that just left? Because I didn't like him.
Don't know, didn't care to ask. Seemed of importance, though. Kind enough to give me a tent, so put them above the rest of them here so far.
She nods, and she's like, do you want to be here, Arthur?
Of course I do. The weather's lovely this time of year. Constant gunfire. It's lovely.
She chuckles. All right, well, don't worry. I won't take up much of your tent. I'll just put a little curtain right where my bed is.
Very good. I would have done so anyway.
She starts heading out. Hopefully our neighbors aren't too loud.
We're positioned right next to the cannons and shoot down the air things, right?
They are like shooting daggers at you with their eyes. What's the phrase?
Yeah, I get you. She kind of sees them all staring at her and she chuckles and she's like, nah, don't worry, guys. I'm going to play some music for you.
You like war drums?
Do this to me. Do you like war drums and buckets? Because we got 'em. So she heads to the room. I'm just going to say her bed is probably like against the wall closest to that tent.
Your tent is not set up yet.
Well, when it is. She's going to go help set it up.
They would not let you.
That she's going to watch.
She just stands there T-posing at them while it's getting built.
Okay, no.
Standing in the middle while they're
She's
trying to lift this thing up.
She's gonna actually go find out where Boar's tent is.
Okay. Arthur, are you doing anything else in this tent?
I would just look around to see what the robots are.
These are very similar, if not the same, as the parts you found in the caves of Garage. But they're assembled now. They have somewhat of a similarity to the skeletal structure of a man, of a human man, and it appears that it's not just a solid mold, but pieces pivot and turn and move and bend. It clearly looks like it was designed to get up and move, but you've never seen anything like this before.
I took a bite out of it.
You bite into this metal man laying on the table, and
Crunchy.
it chips your beak.
Not again! Third time this week.
Oh man.
Well, I would just be poking and prodding at it for a while.
Okay. Are you trying to actually learn something by doing this, or you're just being silly?
Learn something.
I will have you make me a flat intelligence check.
Yo, that's my highest stat. Yo,
Rolls a 1.
that sucks! You're
What?
close, that's a 2!
Yes! The dice tell the story.
For a total of 7.
Oh man, on a 7, you are so flabbergasted. You are flummoxed. You are
I was thinking that word in my head.
You
Get
are
out of my brain.
perplexed. You are just
Discombobulated.
you are out of your league here. Looking at this thing. It's similar in some ways to your own creations, but so different.
It's the difference between an iPhone and an Android.
You've even tried to get a sense for the sort of magic that flows through this thing, and you're not getting anything. Is this even magic? That's what you get at a 7.
I accept my defeat. May I attempt once more, focusing all of my investigation on where a power source might be put.
You're gonna make an investigation check, you said?
To try to find where a power source might be put inside one of these things.
I'm gonna let you roll an investigation for this, yes. And the DC for this, since you already rolled so low on your intelligence, the DC for this is gonna be 18.
I was using the gold dice, so let me just pep talk it. If you fail me again, I'm throwing you out the window. Ooh. Ah, that doesn't make it up.
What'd you roll?
12. 17. Total.
You're searching this thing over and you're really not sure. And as you continue to search, we are going to pan over now to Chaff.
Oh, what do I see?
I couldn't find the power source. I really take a bite about it this time.
Take a bite out of crime. Okay. Chaff, you are within the city walls now, and as you peek your head out from this wagon, you notice this city has been through the ringer. The walls and the air are saturated in soot and ash, and there's a deep, somber tone wherever you go. Some people look up and try to muster a smile as they see this caravan pulling through, but for the most part, people are down. There is the constant sound of artillery fire into the air. You, from within the city, can hear a humming noise with the sound of rhythmic clanking that travels across the water to this side of the city. For the most part, nobody is anywhere near the river. Most of the people have kind of congealed into the outer rim of this half of the city. And the caravan pulls into an open square. The merchants begin to bring out their wares, which isn't the sort of things you would expect from a traveling merchant caravan. This seems like some sort of relief effort, which would explain why they've been frequently attacked by bandits and marauders on the road. They bring out sacks of rice and dried beans, various and assorted articles of clothing. It seems less like luxury items and more like things people would need on a day-to-day. And as you're doing that, Yana, who pokes her head out over you, "It's like this everywhere, you know. Saddens me so."
I look up to her, examine her face, her expression.
Are you trying to make an insight, or you're just looking at her?
Well, I guess if she has a sort of somber expression, then I might try to figure out what she's thinking.
Okay, go ahead and make me an insight roll.
15 total.
On a 15, you could tell that she seems to remember days that were not like this. She has this sense of yearning for a time that has been forgotten. But there's something deeper there. There's a guilt in her eyes, something that grabs at her as she looks at the state of everyone around her and this caravan. A sense of ownership for what's happening.
All right. At that point, I hop off the wagon, start helping out.
She watches you for a bit, watches you carry sacks of various grains out to essentially this soup kitchen that's going on, and after a while she approaches you again and lays a hand on your shoulder. "Little one, it's soon time. You remember what we're here for, right?"
I shake my head and lay the sack down like against a wall, stand at attention.
She rolled pretty good on this. She kneels down, stares deep into your yellow eyes. "You're not the same as on the road, are you? You're not the same kobold."
I give her a sort of confirmation nod.
"Oh boy. Then you don't know who I am, do you?"
I shake my head.
There is a look of frustration that washes over her face. She glances around at this scene and then back at you. "I don't know what is going on. I don't understand what happened back in Garage, but if you do not know who I am, yet you know who, in a hushed tone, Savannah is, then at the very least, can you watch over her?"
I give her a smile, and then I salute.
"Thank you, little one. I know what I am about to do will be unforgivable." She turns around and walks off into the city.
I watch as she walks off, trying to judge her where she stands.
Are you trying to make another insight check?
Nah.
Okay.
In the end, I just return to moving that grain.
As you get back to moving the grain around, you could see just piles of people coming in to take, and some of them fight amongst themselves, clearly deprived of sleep and food. There's hunger in their face, in their eyes. It only gets worse as the amount of supplies continues to deplete. And you see the other mercenaries the ones that are left, begin to take positions to sort of pull the merchants out from this space that is very quickly becoming hostile.
Well, in a situation like that, I would probably move off to the side and avoid conflict.
Are you going to be helping any of the merchants at all? Are you trying to slip away here? What's the move?
No, still helping the merchants.
Okay. So I'll say that you were able to help them kind of pack up and begin to leave as the people sort to begin to form into a riot around these tables and supplies that have kind of been abandoned at this point. And the merchants begin to turn back out from the city and come out by a different way towards the north.
Hold on, if they're going further north, then I'd probably start heading back towards where Hanna and Arthur are.
Right. So when you came in, the military encampment would have been towards your right. Where you're coming out of, it's again towards your right, but now you clearly know you're on a different side of it. As there are mountains dead ahead of you and like a small valley pass that you're not sure where it leads to.
Alright, just making sure that I'm heading in the right direction.
So you're gonna head towards Hanna then? Or towards the military encampment?
Yeah.
Hanna, you said that you were going to find boars?
Yes, she was gonna go look to see where Boar's tent was.
You find him easily enough, and perhaps to your surprise, but not to his, he stays in a rather large tent with multitudes of soldiers within it. He doesn't have a tent of his own. This is more like a barracks with several cots lined up along the way, and everyone just gets a footlocker for their stuff.
Does she see Boars?
Mm-hmm.
She walks up to him and she's like, wow, you're getting the royal treatment in here.
Well, this is a military encampment, and it is not like your tribal caravans where everyone gets their own things, you know what I mean?
She chuckles. She's like, no, we shared tents. She looks around. She's like, I can honestly say I am not jealous of you.
I'm not very jealous of me either, but it is what it is. It is for... And he stops before he says what he was about to say, a line that he's kind of practiced over time, but in the last few weeks, and especially after his conversation with Chaff, has begun to question whether or not it's something he truly believes. It is what I signed up for.
She looks at him and she says, are you okay? Getting nervous?
Yes, I'm nervous. Do you know how many battles I've been in?
She shrugs. She's like, can't imagine, honestly.
He lifts up his shirt and he starts pointing at like various scars throughout. There's this one and this one. These two I got in the same place.
When he lifts up his shirt, she kind of like instinctively closes her eyes and she's like, well, I've got to go, so if you need me, I'm gonna be in Arthur's tent. Bye.
What is it? Wait, Arthur has his own tent?
And she just leaves.
All the other soldiers around him are laughing at him. He gets up and he goes out to follow you. Wait, Hanna.
She turns around and she's like, what's up?
I'm sorry, in these barracks, nobody hides anything from anyone. I forgot that you are not used to that kind of life, and perhaps not used to that kind of openness.
She kind of crosses her arms. She's like, right. Well, don't worry about it. I will erase it from my memory. And then she kind of does like a gesture with her finger on her head and then just kind of waves him off and starts to walk away again.
Oh, but didn't you come looking for me? What? Did you have something you wanted to say? You're just going to go?
She turns around again. She's like, oh, I just wanted to see which tent was yours so that if I wanted to spar with you or something, it'd be easier to find you.
Oh, spar. About that, Hanna. I do not know if we can continue those practices.
Well, that makes sense. She shifts a little uncomfortably. Well, I'm going to actually be sticking around Arthur, so you probably won't see much of me. And then she kind of takes a step forward and she's like, don't die out there or anything. I'll get real mad at you.
What, kill me? Haven't you known by now? It's hard to take me down.
She chuckles and she's like, well, we didn't do that special training for you and had like 6 dudes shoot at you.
It is not the gun I am worried about. You could see his eyes drop to your swords. Do you think we will run into something like that again?
She looks at him a little confused. What are you talking about?
You know the strange magic with the swords? Thing that got the whole town in a Hufflepuff.
Oh, that. She kind of looks pretty grim for a moment before she looks up at him again. She says, well, if you see him, try to be smart about it.
You mean run away is what you're trying to say?
Well, yes and no. Sometimes the best strategy isn't running in full force, you know? Try to figure out something else. That gives me an idea. I need to go now. I need to talk to Arthur about something.
Alright, I'll see you around. Hopefully, at least a little.
Yeah, I'll see you. She kind of waves him off and goes to hurriedly to Arthur.
As you turn around, you bump into Armin. Oh, sorry, I didn't
Oh, Armin.
see you there.
No, it's fine. I mean, there's a bunch of people running around doing stuff. I'm just glad I got to see you. How you doing?
Alright. Getting ready for entering the city tomorrow. Looks like we're keeping regular rotations on watch of the river.
The river? Why the river?
Well, you didn't notice on our way in, I guess. But New Valora is kind of split into two. If you've ever been, half of it sits settled into the mountain range, and the other half actually sits within what is the Republic now. The Rosniks are occupying the other half. So we're keeping watch, making sure none of them are trying to cross. I mean, the only way they can is through the river, because all the bridges have been blown.
She looks at him kind of like, wow, that's a lot. Okay, well, if you need me for anything, I'll be with Arthur. And she kind of excuses herself and continues towards Arthur.
Alright, see you around. Or not.
You just say, hold on?
He said, or not.
She doesn't really turn back, but she makes a face when he says or not.
Can you make it back?
So she shows up, she goes, Arthur, I've thought of it.
He'll just open the tent to see me just poking and prodding at the robot, probably trying to figure out how to dismantle it. I'll just say to you, "No, don't say anything. Come over here. Take a look at this."
She will look at this.
What are the?
Well, Arthur, since nobody's had the conversation about the birds and the bees with you, this is the...
So I'll just still trying to figure out how to take this thing apart without breaking it. Just say, "Look where my eyes have failed. Where would you put a power source in this machine?"
Okay, what am I looking at? Describe it to me.
Robot.
Terminator.
Alright.
You are seeing a metal man laying flat on the table.
Wouldn't the logical place to be to put it either in its head or heart?
I want to acknowledge what you say, but still continuing to try to figure out how to take it apart. Just tap it and just look. Where would you place it?
She touches the chest and the head. She's like, here or here.
And just yanking at a piece of it, seeing if it'll come apart. Check. See if there's a way, an empty slot, a switch, something that would activate this thing.
Are you trying to pry this thing open intelligently or by force?
Intelligently. I'm trying to, how they take apart a gun and have to put it back.
Okay, go ahead and make me another flat intelligence roll then.
Hanna, give me my screwdriver! The flathead! Ooh. 22.
Alright. On a 22, you are able to skillfully open the chest cavity.
Arthur, what is it we're doing?
I'm just shushing you because this is the first breakthrough I've had with this thing. And I just begin prodding at the inside of it now, taking bits out. If there's a table nearby, I've just cleared it off. Just whatever it was, I sweeped my arm across, and now I'm just placing it bit by bit. Literally how you take apart a gun, just to see how
there were
things go.
Random parts on the table and some scrolls that you just knocked off.
Exactly.
And within the chest, There's a frame that this plate clearly attaches to, and then within this frame, there is a network of some sort of material you're not familiar with.
Is it solid or liquid?
It is a solid, but it isn't hard like the metal shell around it.
Jello!
And it isn't one solid structure. Like I said, it's like a network of this material that seems to be tangled in here.
Can I do a magic insight?
Arcana check?
Yeah, that.
Can I do magical insights?
It's all the same.
Yes, you are welcome to.
It is 14.
What is it?
No, I'm sorry, 15.
What is it exactly you were looking for in here?
Any semblance of understanding what I'm looking at.
So, using Arcana, I'm assuming you mean that you were trying to see if there's any kind of runes or
Traces of magic, or yeah, anything that would make me see how magic might be used to power this or change it.
on a 15 Arcana roll, looking at this machine, you get the sense that it has some kind of binding capability, much in the same way that a binding spell would be used. For what end, to what purpose, you're not really sure. There's no magical essence about this. It's just as you're staring at it, into it, you begin to play with some of these strange fibers, and something just clicks in your head, and that's what you surmise as you stare at it.
She's fiddling with it. She's got her hand, one hand to her chin, one hand kind of running her fingers along some of the fibers. Something with binding magic, she kind of mumbles.
Just read it to me or to herself?
I'm assuming it's loud enough for you to hear because you're standing right there.
Yeah, loud enough for you to hear.
So I'll just Merlin, just like a metal stick, and just start seeing if it sticks to it. I'll like twirl it around and see if it attaches to it.
You're poking and prodding at this, and your metal stick doesn't stick to anything. I mean, it pushes some of the fibers aside here and there, but it doesn't really stick.
Dick.
Your stick don't stick.
Then I'll leave the chest alone and begin to attempt to take off the arms and legs, starting at the fingers.
To completely detach them or attempt to, like, remove pieces of plate and stuff like that.
Plate. Starting at seeing if I can get like fingers and toes off. See how they bend and attach.
I'm going to sort of ride on your previous roll to be able to remove the initial plate, and you just assume the understanding that most of this works the same way. You easily enough begin to take pieces of plate off of this, and again, much of this is similar to modern machinery. There's actuators and pistons and rods, and
That'll be all I'm doing, is literally taking it apart bit by bit and then assembling it on the table.
and there's hinges and stuff like that, and you're taking this apart, not necessarily knowing what you're pulling apart or if it'll even go back the same way you pulled it in. There's like springs and different parts that kind of come undone. But as far as the strange fiber, it seems to only exist within the chest cavity.
Once I have most of it taken apart, then I'll go to the head.
Open your cranium, big boy.
The head itself will require another roll.
Alright, let's see. 24 total. 19 plus 5.
The 24, you were able to, piece by piece, take apart this skull, which has a lot of little pieces to it. And you're not really sure why. Some of it almost seems redundant and useless. but it's a lot of smaller interlocking plates, and it seemed to move about on slides and have grooves to them where they lock in, and eventually you get to a part where you could clearly see that you could unscrew a large portion, like a cap, and when you pull open this metallic head, you find a similar fiber to that which is within the chest cavity.
Well, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna take literally the whole thing apart until I have just the pieces that are stuck that have that goo in it.
It's not goo. Goo is a terrible description of what it is. It is not goo.
Jello.
It is more
String?
It is more akin to
Muscle fiber?
yeah. It
Muscle fibers?
that would probably be the closest thing Arthur would understand it to be. It's of a material he's definitely never seen before, and it's soft and squishy, but it's not. It doesn't have that stick like gelatin does, and it doesn't exactly meld together like goo. It's clearly a bunch of individual parts that's just like a mess of just ties and connections.
Any part that has fibers gets set aside, probably on a different table or wherever I can put them. Then everything else, and like how they would go to reconnect, is put on the table.
And Hannah, you're helping him with this?
Yes.
Just trying to
his
eat the
assistant.
fibers.
No, she is his assistant.
While you guys are doing this, Chaff, you are approaching the military encampment. And as you get closer, you are approached by several soldiers in uniform who stop you.
All right, roll initiative. Hold on.
Chaff versus the camp. Excuse me, little one. I understand you were with Caravan, but that does not mean you can enter camp.
I reach into my pack and pull out my notebook. Write out a simple message.
What does it say?
I'm just looking for my friends Hanna and Arthur. Have you seen them?
Ooh, we're friends now.
I do not know any Hanna and Arthur, but perhaps they are within city. The civilians are not allowed here.
All right, I write another message. It says, may I speak to Boris?
Boris? And he looks to the other MP who's there, who shrugs back at him. Is this one of the soldiers here?
Would you remind me what Boris looks like?
He's tall, has messy hair. He's probably, if not the only one of the few who carries around an oversized sword. Whereas most of these soldiers are carrying guns. And he's probably one of the few again, if not the only one that wears plated armor.
Alright, I write, Boris is a tall, heavily plated, heavily armored guy with a big sword.
You describe Boris to them. Well, yes, I've heard of that one. He's the one that came from Garage. Looks at the other guard, who nods in agreement. Yes, we can go get him for you. And, what is your name? So that we have, something to reference.
I point at the cover of the notebook that says Property of Chaff.
Chaff. Interesting name. Alright, we will be back. And the one who's mostly quiet and just nodding leaves, while the other guard stays there with you. After a bit of time, he comes back. His story checks out, sir. What does it now? Alright. Then you are free to pass on to Boris. He is probably staying over in the garage camp. That way.
I give him a quick bow and hurry along.
Most of these guys kind of give you queer looks as you're passing through the camp in civilian attire and being a kobold. And you come upon the large tent that serves as the barracks and find there within Boars, who is presently sitting at the edge of his cot, polishing the blade that was his father's. And he looks up at you briefly, looks back down, and then takes a double take, looking up at you. Chaff?
I wave at him as I approach.
What are you doing here? They let you into the camp. I told them I would go out to meet you when I was ready. But it is fine. What are you here for? I assume you wanted to see Hanna, not me?
I quickly nod my head and point at the message that I wrote earlier.
I see. Well, I guess I should take you, if not, you might get stopped again.
I give a quick bow and follow him out.
He takes you all the way to this tent that's on the outskirts, and you guys pass by this airship, this small dinghy of an airship, which is tied down. Just outside, you see the other soldiers finishing up a separate tent, and he takes you into this other larger tent where you see the cages, you see the crates full of stuff, and you see Arthur pulling apart some kind of metallic body.
I approach them quietly, not trying to make sure that he maintains concentrating or whatever.
He's trying to pick my pockets. Fireball!
I didn't ask how big the room was.
Exactly!
Oh, hey, Chaff. I'm surprised you're here. You can stay with the merchants?
I dust my hands off as if I'm done with work, you know?
I was surprised that they went into the town. Isn't that where the war is? She's kind of asking both of you, and it's like a general question.
I shrug my shoulders and look at Arthur.
I haven't acknowledged Chaff, and I haven't been acknowledging Hanna for a while now, because I'm taking this thing apart.
Kind of rolled her eyes. She's like, well, make yourself comfortable, Chaff. We might be here for a little while. I wouldn't recommend you roam around.
How high up is the automaton?
I would assume on a table.
Yeah, I figured. So it would probably be maybe eye level, that may?
It is laid out on a table, but these tables are about waist height for an adult human. It's laid out more like an operating table rather than like a desk.
All right. Is there any nearby crate that I can move?
Yeah, there's plenty around. They're all fairly heavy and full of things, but yeah, there's plenty of crates around. I'm sure you could find a stool or something if that's what you're trying to stand on.
What color are they? Are they different from the one we found in the boxes, since they're the gnome's design? Or are they the original color?
They seem to have a chrome polish to them.
What color were the original ones?
I mean, they all seem more or less the same.
Are they just metallic?
There's not really a color difference to them. And you didn't really get that great of a look at the other ones to really tell. Does that make sense?
They're just metallic?
Yeah.
So she kind of stops and looks at you and she says, what exactly are we looking for?
Meanwhile, I'm trying to move a heavy crate before giving up and moving a stool.
Can you give me a strength check?
I'm gonna fail that.
I just want to see whether or not you get a hernia or not. Not whether or not you move it, but whether or not your body contorts.
All right.
That one. You fold in half. Make a new character.
After all these years, it was the banana that killed me.
I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5.
That's right.
You're falling backwards on your butt, trying to pull this crate.
All right, I get up off of the floor, rub the base of my tail, and grab the stool instead. Finally making progress.
Alright, what is Chaff gonna attempt to do now that he's up on this stool? On this stool. Stule.
Ah, well, study the automaton, of course.
You can make me a flat intelligence check.
11.
11. You are looking at a weird creature. In fact, you're pretty sure that Arthur is performing some kind of autopsy right now and not trying to study how to rebuild this thing.
Oh, that makes it even more interesting for me.
So tell me if this is wrong or not. I've never played an artificer, as my friend used to say. Replicate magic item. I can make something and I don't have to have it to clone it, right? Like it just appears.
Yeah, I believe you are able to replicate anything that you've maybe seen before or touched or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, you don't have to have the original item.
I would like to use replicate magic item to create wand of magic detection.
Okay.
Sick. And then I'll use one of the wand's charges to detect magic on the gooey parts, or the fiber parts.
You're detecting magic on this thing?
Yeah.
You aren't getting anything. Nothing that Hanna was talking about or muttering. There seems to be no active magic affecting this machine.
Second thing I do, without saying a word, just looking at it, just grumbling to myself, I look back towards the cages, and I guess I just swivel around. Is the single cell guy or anyone in the cages casting, doing something?
You notice something very odd when you turn your wand on these cages, and the man in the cell by himself is watching you very carefully, and you point your wand in that direction, and you let out these tendrils of arcane energy, which only you can see as they shoot out like feelers into the air. But as soon as they get within 10 feet of this individual, they vanish. Hello, friends, and thank you for joining us for yet another episode of the Silent Bard Tavern. I know it's been a while since I've put anything up, but hey, we are back, and we are here. As usual, we thank you for listening, we thank you for joining us, we thank you for sharing with friends, family, letting people know that you like the show and you like what we do here. Listening around, realizing there's some things I don't do that other people do that I'm like, maybe it'd be nice to do, is just letting you know who's part of the show, who makes this happen. I am your host, the Silent Bard. I run the show. I am the DM, and I am also the one doing all the editing. We have JustMay playing Hanna, Treasure or Schmeckle playing Arthur, Johnny or the Watcher playing Chaff, and music done by Sayer Roberts. Hope to see you here next time.